So just a little bit west of Calgary, in a town called Cochrane, Alberta, there's the Yamnuska Wolfdog Sanctuary. It's a nice place that you can wander around between pens that are, well, really hard to describe them as pens. They're acres. In fact, there's 160 acres for about 43 of these wolf dogs to wander about. And it's really nice paths. I caught some of them just relaxing here. This is mostly through a fence. As you can kind of see, some of the fencing there gets in the way. But the fences and paths, so there's a self-tour you can walk about. You're encouraged to take your camera with you as long as you don't poke through the fence. You know, they have all sorts of interesting places to hide and get a view of the land, like this platform here. Most of them were just really lounging around, I guess, you know. Seems like a good life for rescue animals. And a lot of these wolf dogs were rescue animals. They were brought to the sanctuary in pretty bad shape, some of them we were told. And just some really strange people out there breeding these kind of animals for who knows whatever reasons. Some of them just trapped in tiny pens. Now, as you can see, they're able to wander free. And I just carried a 24 to 105 millimeter f4 with my S1R, and I was able to get in tight enough for some of the shots. There's a lot of megapixels to crop in on that. Despite how friendly some of these wolf dogs look, it's a good idea to just kind of keep away. I get to zoom in tight with that lens, that's good enough. It was really interesting to try and guess how much wolf was in each dog. One of the tour guides got us all to start a little howling session. Hearing their howls ring out across that quarter section of land was quite an experience. And then we took part of the interactive tour where we went into the pens with some of the wolf dogs. Like I said, some of these are rescue animals, and some of them are pretty high concentration of feral wolf in their DNA. So we made sure to just keep our distance unless they came up to us and try not to startle them at all. And then the tour guide started to feed them a little bit and give us some more explanation about their names and how they got here, that sort of thing, who they're paired up with, some of their personalities and that. I found this image here in front of the cave really interesting. I grabbed a shot of this white wolf dog and this old gray feller here. I understand this is a captive environment, and I'm not trying to pass these photos off as some kind of in their wild element images or anything. In fact, you can see some of the fencing in the background even when we're inside the pens. But it was still an interesting experience. These animals are really photogenic, some of them especially. They were surprisingly calm around people, even though they did kind of get a little jittery. But it goes to show some of the care and attention they get here, despite some of the horrors some of them actually had to face being owned by humans and bred and captive. I asked our tour guide if it was the goal of the Wolfdog Sanctuary to never see any more of these animals bred. But that wasn't the case. She said they can apparently make well-trained, loyal companions if you treat them right, don't abuse them. Unfortunately, some people breed these as some kind of exotic pet or status thing, and they're not equipped at all to take care of them or train them properly, as they have different needs being part wolf. Some owners, thankfully, realize the difficulty caring for an animal like this and will surrender them to the sanctuary, while unfortunately others need to be rescued. Photographing animals in a captive environment like this can't really compare to encountering them in the wild, but, I think places like this that allow you to bring your camera with you really help us develop a better appreciation for nature and wildlife around us, and maybe make us less prone to screw everything up in the future.